Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how to draw out your eraser parts and patterns. So the first thing you got to do, take your paper and make sure you turn it horizontally, okay? It should be running this way, lengthwise. Your parts do have to be drawn in the same exact spots that I am drawing mine. Otherwise, you're going to run out of room and you won't be able to fit all of them onto one piece of paper. Okay, so the first part that we're going to draw is the body. And we're going to be starting up here in the upper left corner. So you're going to take your ruler and you are going to measure down along the left-hand side, right on the edge of the paper, and put a mark right at 1/2 inch. Okay? You're going to do the same exact thing over on the right side of the paper. You're going to slide your ruler over. You're going to put a mark along the edge of the paper at 1/2 inch. Okay. Then you're going to take these two marks on the left side and the right side, and you are going to connect them with a nice straight line. Make sure you take your time and draw as straight a line as you possibly can. Next, we're going to come back to the left-hand side, and we are going to line up our ruler on the red line that we just drew. So I'm going to put 0 right here, and I'm going to measure down 3 inches on the left-hand side, and I'm going to put a mark right there next to 3. Do the same exact thing over on the left-hand side. You're going to measure down 3 inches from the red line we just drew. Put a mark at 3. Connect the two from side to side using a ruler. Next, we're going to come back to the left-hand side, and again, going off of the red line we just drew, so the second red line, I'm going to measure down 1/2 inch, put a mark on the left, and do the same thing over on the right side. Put a mark at 1/2 inch, and connect them from side to side. Like that. Okay, so this part is done. This is going to be the body. Next, we're going to work on drawing the fins. The fins are going to go down here in the lower left corner. Okay, I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to put 0 right in the corner, and I'm going to measure down here along the bottom of the page. I'm going to put a mark right at 3 inches, just like that. I'm then going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure up the left-hand side and put a mark along the left-hand edge at 3 inches. Okay, so I got my 2 marks. Then I'm going to line up my ruler, and I need to bring this little mark I just did, I need to make sure that that comes up 1/2 inch. So I'm going to extend that up just a little bit to 1/2 inch. I'm going to do the same thing over here for this mark. Extend that 1/2 inch. Once I have those 2 points, all I need to do is connect them with the ruler. You don't have to measure anything, just line up the 2 points. Connect them, and boom, you got one fin. Okay, we're going to do the same exact thing over here in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, so I'm going to measure along the bottom 3 inches, put my mark, spin your ruler. You're going to measure up along the right-hand side 3 inches. Then again, we got to extend each of these marks by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to come back to the bottom. Extend that 1/2 inch. Come over to the side. I'm going to extend that one 1/2 inch. Once I have those 2 points, all I'm going to do is connect them with my ruler again. no measurement. And boom, we have fin number 2. And the last part that we need to draw is that center part, which is called the air scoop. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to find the center of this page. Which the page width is 11, so we're going to find the center, which is going to be 5.5. So we're going to put a little mark right there at 5.5. Okay. Then we are going to measure out from this mark. We're going to measure over here to the right. We are going to measure 1 7/16. Okay, so I set my ruler at 0 here with this little mark. I'm going to measure over to the right, 1 7/16. Put my mark. I'm going to come back to this center mark right here, okay, that one, and I'm going to measure now to the left, the same distance. I'm going to measure 1 7/16 to the left, and I'm going to put my mark right there. So you should have 3 marks. The middle one's the center, 1 7/16 out to the right, and 1 7/16 out to the left-hand side. We're going to take the 2 outside marks and we're going to transfer those up 3 inches. So I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to measure straight up 3 inches. This is going to be the same height as your fins that we just drew. There's 3 inches there. I'm going to slide over to this side. I'll mark that one 3 inches. Okay. You're next going to connect those 2 lines right here and make a nice square. Well, almost a square. Technically a rectangle. Boom. Okay. Last thing we got to do is we got to do these weird angled, tapered side looking things. Okay. So in order to do that, we got to measure off 2 points on each side. We're going to go back to the bottom right corner, right here, and I'm going to measure over to the right, right along the bottom of the paper, down here, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, it's just a little bit. I'm going to put my mark right there. I'm going to slide up here to this corner, and I'm going to put a mark at 3/8 of an inch, just like that. Alright, I'm going to connect this point down towards the bottom to my first mark. And what that will do is that will give us that tapered side. I'm going to do the same exact process over here on the left-hand side. On the bottom, I'm going to measure from this point over to the left, 1/8 of an inch, put my mark. Slide your ruler up to the top left corner, and you're going to measure over 3/8 of an inch. Okay, same thing, connect that point down to the bottom. And we are done. This is going to be your air scoop. Okay, so you should have 4 parts. You should have the body, fin, air scoop, fin. Okay?